Hey everyone, this is Bella. Today we're going to be painting with black and white. So sometimes when people think about painting with black and white, some of students I have, they ask me, oh, it must be easy, or some people are like, oh no, it must be very difficult. So I decided to make this video because then you can see it's not either one. It's not so difficult, it's not so easy, but it's good to think of certain things. So I have over here my 3 brushes, and I have, of course, black and white. And I always like to plan a little bit before I start painting, just to know where things are going to be, where spaces I'm going to use and stuff like this. So today I am going to just gonna go to the middle of my canvas over here. And because it's black and white, I want to be careful and not mark anything with black or white, because if I mark with white, you're not going to see. If I mark with black, it's going to be too much. So I'm just going to make a nice light gray just for me to mark things and for me to know where I'm going to be painting. So I'm going to get my horizon line over here and just putting over there a little bit. Doesn't need to be too much. And then I am going to just plan, so where it's going to be sky, where it's going to be other things. And I'm just going to have here a nice simple mountain, nothing crazy, okay? And if you are watching, just leave in the comments if you paint, how you paint, which media you use. You can even put hashtag replay, and then I know you are seeing at the moment, or you see the replay, just because it would be nice for me to know, and then we can interact a little more, okay? So now I'm going to be working on over here with my sky, and I want my sky to be a little gradient. So I'm just going to start with dark, and I'm going to go to light. So I'm also working with some gray, because white or black will be too extreme. So I'm just going to start this way here. Maybe a little darker. And I'm going to go just back and forth. Very simple background. Maybe even a little darker. Then I'm going to start to make this lighter. That way I can make the gradient. And now we can just work on making this gradient from now on and blend it. And I want to go even lighter, so I want to make sure I use more white and make this super light. And this is just very simple, like I said, it's just back and forth. And I'm going to, nothing fancy, just showing you a simple way to paint with black and white, okay? All right, so now, because I want to make sure this part will be different, I want to make my water a little lighter, and I like to make my water very different than what I have here. So I want the brush stroke to be different, maybe a little shorter, and maybe I'm just using like the tip of my brush over here. You can even differentiate with the color too. But you want to use a different brush stroke to make it easy to understand. It is a different type of It's not like sky anymore. And if you have any questions, it would be so nice to know where you seeing me from. So let me know where you're watching from, and if you already paint, if you are a beginner or not. Okay. So I'm just gonna clean up my brush because I want this part over here to be a little bit more, not dramatic, but I want to like to be more like I can see the contrast. So I'm just gonna apply more white because I don't want it all super gray. And if you want to give some movement to your sky too, you can. You just go make like a squiggly line, and it's not quite a cloud, but it's just a maybe like a type of, but like very simple, just to make more interesting your sky. Some movement there. Okay? And you can work on that more if you want to. But like I said, this is just a tip, just like for you to start to paint with black and white. So not really, just showing you an example of how you would do this simply and easy. Okay? Then I'm going to work over here with pure black. And because I like to make it super organic, I want to make sure it's not straight. And then you can fill it up, this area here. All right, so now you want to work on some other parts over here of your painting. And it's good to draw a little bit just for you to know what you can do. I'm going to use a different brush, just like a smaller brush, for me to start to work on with my tree. Before I make my tree, I think I should do something else. So I'm just gonna go and get some white and put a nice moon, sun, not sure what it is, but it's there. It's just nice to have something to start to contrast a little more. If you feel you want to, maybe we should make it as a moon and just put like nice stars there. I'm just doing with the back of my brush. Nothing fancy. Okay, awesome. So now we're going to be working with our tree here. So I'm gonna get some black on my brush and maybe putting this tree around here. And I'm just putting like a mark for me to know where. And like I said, you can try this at home and see if you like to paint with black and white. If you want to learn more, this is just a simple tip, okay? We have many ways. This is just for you to train pressure, train how to do certain things. And now I'm making my tree a little thicker. It's a little bit gray because I am doing fast because I'm live. But you can come back there and make it super dark. It gives a little effect to do that way. Even if you don't want, of course, if you want to come back there and make it super dark, it will be nicer. But also this way works. It looks cool too. And you can make the tree to be much bigger, much taller, thicker. Yeah, it's getting a little bit light here, but and you see it's nice just because you are trying to do a tree over there, and in a very simple way we got a black and white painting. So just things to consider is just to make sure you know where things are, of course, before. This is just a study for you to know how to paint and how to do something simple like this and just train your hand and train pressure and all those things you need to do to start painting. But it's a good way, it's a good exercise if you want to do on paper, if you want to do on canvas or on a panel, okay? Even on wood. So I hope you enjoy this lesson, and if you are seeing, just make sure you put a comment over there, then I can interact with you. Also telling me if you already paint, if you have questions, what do you want to see next, that would be awesome. And let me know if you like the video too. Thank you guys very much and have a beautiful night. Thank you.